Madden Turf, what's up, guys? This is my first ebook of the year. This is the Arizona Cardinals playbook, and this is the gun cluster. It's a brand new formation with Cliff Kingsbury going to Arizona. They revamped their playbook, gave him a bunch of new plays, and this is the new formation cluster. It's compressed, a lot like bunch, a lot like tight. That's what drew everybody to it, so it looks amazing. And the one thing, we're just going to go over some setups here in the introduction video. There is a package for 4 wide receivers. Takes your slow tight end off the field. Your most inside wide receiver will become your 4th wide receiver. If you have, a Kelsey, or you have Ingram, or you have an Ertz, maybe you want to keep your tight end. But me, I want to put as much speed out there as possible, so I'll go with the 4 wide receiver set. It's just the introduction. The only thing with personnel, I would love to have the fastest receivers on the outside, just to bomb cover 3, and we'll get to that later. But that's just how I want you to set up 4 wide receivers, fastest wide receivers on the outside. All right, we're going to go over my first play and pretty much the money play of this formation. Probably going to wind up being one of the best plays in the game, and that's Z-spot shake. The reason why it's so great, it has a flat route and a sharp corner route to both sides. That's an instant high-low, an instant quick pass for you against any type of pressure on both sides of the field. So you kind of want to throw away from your user on this, so it can be a short yardage play, a big yardage play. It's going to bomb cover 2, it's going to bomb cover 3, and it's going to get you chunks of yards up and down the field. Now we're just going to run this against a cover 3, just a basic cover 3. I'll show you what I do against cover 3, because really early in the year I feel like this is just the meta defense for basic people to run. I always like my cluster over here to the wide side. As we see, we got Bird there. That's our 4th wide receiver, really fast, running the flat route. We got Fitzgerald on the corner route. Now that's a sharp corner route. Probably about 10 yards. Where are we at? We're close. We're about the 42. That's about the almost 15 yards. Is it? Shoot, yeah. But what I like to do to make it even better is I like to smart route it. Now you can only do this when you're at 10 yards, but it makes it that much deeper that you can go ahead and throw over the cloud flats. You can throw in front of the deep blues, and you really get bigger plays by doing that. That's something that you're not going to find anywhere else. Be able to smart route that, make that a deeper corner route to get you more yards and more separation from the zones. But you also have to remember, if it's 3rd and 3, you can't do this. So you have to run the play as is. Then I like to put Isabella on that fade. This is one of the first basic setups that I run because you can bomb cover 3. As you see, the free safety is not really in the middle of the field. He's a little bit to the left, so that's going to leave plenty of space, because that outside corner will go with Larry Fitzgerald, and he will give up this bomb to Isabella. Now, Madden took the fade routes out, so we got to make way with this one. So you almost have to anticipate it before you throw it. But we had the flat route. We have the corner route. We're just going to go over and hit Larry Fitzgerald. If you guys have been playing this game at all, they catch the ball on the sideline very well this year. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to smart route Fitzgerald. Let's look for the bomb this time. As you see, the corner was all over that corner route. And we'll block David Johnson, give us a little bit more time. Flat route, you see we kind of have that. We definitely had a corner route, and now we have the fade pass lead to the outside. Boom. That's how you're going to get up out of cover 3 and really move people. That's why I said I like the fastest people on the outside. I heard Isabella was a track guy, so that's why I put him out there. But he's definitely fast enough to beat this cover 3, and that's where you want to kind of put your Tyreek Hill. And then the other side, the best thing about this is, as we set up that same way, if they start using over there, you have Kevin White on a sharp corner, and you have David Johnson on a swing route. Now, for me, I like the wheel route a little bit better because you can get more yards on it after the catch. The swing route, I don't like the way they catch it, and they don't go upfield fast enough. So I'll put him on a wheel, and we still have Kevin White over there because the flat zone came down and gave us the corner route. Sometimes they'll give you the corner route, sometimes they'll give you the flat. But those are pretty much the first ways that I set up this play in this formation. To beat the cover 3 on the right, then you can beat the cover 3 on the left as well. All right, so let's rock with the Z-spot shake against cover 2 as well. I showed you that's my #1 play to beat cover 3. Easy, no doubt about it for myself. But let's try it against a little bit of Tampa 2. A little bit of, a lot of people run that Tampa 2. We'll go cover 2 hard flats right here. The same thing I want to do. But what I want to do if I'm facing cover 2 is I want to put a streak right there. I want to put my cluster to the wide side, streak right down the field. This is why we use a wide receiver here instead of a tight end, because we want to take the top off the defense. This is the first look. First thing I want to do against cover 2. As you see where he's lined up, it's pretty much almost directly right in the middle of the field. If you guys have played any Madden 20 or any Madden, the safeties in cover 2 will go to the sideline. And you should be able to catch a bomb right up the middle of the field if we just have the time. Super easy. Touchdown. Cover 2. But you wouldn't be able to get that with a tight end. You wouldn't be able to get that with a slower receiver. So we like our fast guy there. And we'll go with the same thing. We'll do a smart route RB, and we'll out route Isabella B. So what we were hoping here is that it takes the flat route, it takes the cloud with it, and I'm able to throw Larry Fitzgerald over the top. So essentially I had the same thing with a bomb over the middle, but then I have my high-low on the outside as well. If you're going to block the running back, you can always do anything with White over here. You can put him on a drag, put him on a hitch, put him on in route, or even put him on a streak. Whatever you kind of want. But what I really want to hit right here, as I get sacked. But as you guys saw, the corner route was wide open. We'll do the same thing. Always try to smart route Larry Fitzgerald. And we're going to spotlight this guy so he doesn't get me again. Larry Fitzgerald up and over the top. Try to get busy in the open field, but fumbles are crazy this year. So that's just some ways that I would attack cover 2 with this specific play. The other way I like to do to set this up, it's just a bunch of different things. Sometimes they'll start double flattening you. What I mean by that is putting a hard flat and a cloud flat on both sides. That's a pretty standard thing that people try to do as they're getting dotted left and right from high-low read. So we got to keep something in the middle of the field. Now you can use Isabella on a hitch. You can use them on an in route, on a drag, whatever it may be. You still have your high-lows, but now you have something attacking the middle of the field. We'll leave him on a hitch here. See him just brace wide open as the flat route goes to the outside and the hitch is wide open. Just a great way. Once people start, really attacking or covering the flats, both with flats, with their user, whatever it may be, whatever you put in the middle here will do really well because of that. We hit it again. If we caught a block right there from Kevin White, would have been a bigger play. So that's one thing that I do, and you can still, it is a tougher throw, but I'll show you here on cover 3. It's going to be tough to hit Fitzgerald on his corner route with no streak or with no fade, but we're going to try it here. See if we can fit this in. Beautiful throw by Kyler Murray, and we still do. That's, you really don't even need the streak on that side to beat cover 3. And this is what I would do if I was playing cover 3 to run this play. The next play I want to show you guys is mesh post. It's been in West Coast bunch forever, and it's one of the best plays in the game this year because of that post route. Now, we want to do that post route, but what you have to assume is that your opponent is going to cover that. So I'll show you a multitude of ways to give yourself other options to find when you're running this play. The next setup I want to show you guys is drag X and streak A. We know we'll have A for a touchdown if it's cover 2. We know we'll have B. We have Kevin White on the drag, and we have Fitzgerald on his wheel route that I like to motion out because we can quick pass it, or it's going to be zone down the field, especially cover 2. Motion them out. We have the quick pass. Bang. When you sit in cover 3 and that corner backs up and the slot DBs don't get out fast enough, you hit that quick pass, no pass lead. Hold A, possession, catch, boom. Do it again. Looks like cover 3 again, really. Yep. Ooh, a little overthrow there by Kyler Murray. Live with that. Rookie quarterback's going to do that from time to time. Same thing. Let's go. Motion it out. Little man coverage, and we know what that route does to man coverage. No way in the world does that cover man, get stopped by man. So these are the two different setups you guys can work with. Sometimes if they're running man, I'll run a slant instead of a drag. Slant will get open versus man a lot better than that drag will. As you see here, that allows Kevin White to use his speed rather than a drag a little bit faster, get into his route a little bit sooner. So those are two setups I like to use mesh post to the best of its ability. The first setup I like is the streak X. Block the running back, keep that drag on A. I like to hitch Fitzgerald. That way, if they blitz off that side, there's always a little spot for Fitz to just sit there, kind of like a real life Fitz route. But we'll hit this drag right here. Just get some yards, that's what you have to do. Now in this play, the drags stop. They have the little drag stop play, so you have to re-drag them, which kind of sucks at the line of scrimmage, but you have to do it or they'll stop on you when you expect them to keep going. On the same setup this time. Give me all day, and like I said, that B route is just money. It really is. We'll do the same thing. We'll see what defense they run here. Same setup. Boom. So you see, zone has there's just literally nobody near that. Now, the other setup I like is kind of the opposite. Like this, drag X, streak A. Now, we talked about A with the other, that's a touchdown. If it's cover 2, A is a touchdown. We know that. So that's always a good option. Now, I keep this wheel route on this one, motion them out. Try to catch them sleeping at the outside corners in the cover 3. You can snap, throw it. If it's cover 2, you can almost hit it down the sideline as well. Wheel routes have always been great in Madden. We see it's a little bit of cover 2. So we're going to go for the touchdown again. Underthrown right there by Kyler Murray. But you saw it. If you have Mahomes, Bazooka, whatever it may be, that's a touchdown. Go with the same thing. Cover 2 again. Set this out here. Fitzgerald comes down with a tough catch. Might need a pass, lead that outside. Same thing, we'll motion him out. Oh, it's cover 3. Oh my God, Kyler Murray. Fuck. Next play I want to show you guys is verticals. Been a staple in Madden since it came in the game. Bunch of verticals. This time it's out of cluster. We have 2 wheel routes and we have a crossing route. The first setup I like is just stock, regular. Block the running back and go. You see Larry Fitzgerald killing zone right there on that crossing route, getting open. Pretty much had to guard Larry Fitzgerald yourself on this play. What makes it good is it's the same look as mesh post. You hit the same area, but it's a different player. So when your opponent starts manning people up, it's kind of hits the same area as mesh post, but it's a different wide receiver, which will confuse your opponent a lot and is a benefit to this formation. See it again, a little wheel route. We can go out there and hit Isabella on that, make a play. If there's cover 3 with no flat zones over there, you can go ahead and throw that wheel route really quick like that and pick up big plays. Here we go, a little pressure. Hopefully it's not. Here we go. We got Fitz again over the middle of the field. Biggest quick pass on the field right there. So most of your quick passes are to the sideline between A and B, but every once in a while you can hit RB there over the middle. Like I said, just stock. I got A, I got B, I got all these options out here. Hit RB over the middle again. If you want to go over the middle of the field, get some big bodies. But that's how I run a stock. It looks like a cover 3 look again here. Now it's going to be a little man covers. Not only do we have the outside to burn them, but we have this guy can burn them. They just really catch the rat. Catches so smooth this year. You won't get caught from behind. One play touchdowns all over if they try to play man coverage against this setup. Boom. Late down the field sideline. The Deep Blues will not get back to it. Vertical stock is great. Another way I like to set this play up is to drag A and motion him over. So you got your crossing route going right to left, and then you have a drag underneath going left to right. So we can hit that underneath. It's too much pressure for us to try to go deep down the field to Fitzgerald. Get a couple yards. It's always important on offense to be able to take your checkdowns. And we'll do it again. Simple setup, really. Big time catch. Try to go to wheel route on cover 2. Tough. You gotta have a good quarterback and a good receiver. I don't know if Kyler Murray has the arm strength for that one, but you saw he was open. Here we go. Cover 2 again. Let's go for it. Bang. Wheel route over the top. No streak over there at all. Just the deep blue zones are nowhere to be found right now in Madden. We'll go with the same setup. Looks like a little bit of pressure off the right. Able to hit Larry Fitzgerald. This is in a huge void right there in the zone. A huge void. First down, 30-yard passes, getting your zone chemistry popping. Like I said, there's 2 different ways. Pretty much stock like that, or stock. Or you can go ahead, motion over A, put him on a drag. Look at that. Look at that hole out there. Hit that drag to your A wide receiver. Another play I'll show you guys out of the cluster is Z-Spot. Z-Spot, that's folklore. It's on all old Maddens from Bunch that has really been dominant since it's been in the game, but it's been out of the game. They took it out, but it's back in gun cluster. We'll go random plays for you guys. It has that post route. I will tell you, it takes a long time to develop, but it's lethal. And it also has the same corner route setup that Z-Spot Shake had. Z-Spot Shake was better because it has the corner route on the left, so it's a little more versatile. But this has a post route over the middle of the field. So there's a bunch of different ways you can run this. We can do the same thing we did with Z-Spot Shake, the same setups. Whatever you want to do, the same ones you can mix in with Z-Spot. But it's much like any other thing, you kind of want to run that corner. You want to run that post route. So I'll show you a couple ways I like to get the ball to the post route, because you guys already know how to do this corner route stuff, but we have to get the ball to the post route. One way I like to do that: drag B, snap the ball like that. Now we have our high-low read. As we hit Fitzgerald over here. You guys know that. We went over that already. But the difference in this, you have another big play over the middle of the field. It goes back to, having somebody to throw the ball to over the middle of the field. Now we have B and we have X late. Now we're getting pressure here. They man up. That was actually a soft squat. A lot of times when people run DB fire or they run nickel blitz, they'll have soft squats out there and they'll man up like that. And that left my drag wide open. We'll see a lot more pressure coming down this time. We wait for that post. Hit it right there in a huge void in the zone. Definitely a zone killer. Definitely a way to pick up big yards right there. Same thing, we'll put Isabella on the drag. We have our high-low to the right, but we want to wait for this post. Just hit it there. Possession catcher with White. Get down so he can't get hit. Huge gains to add. Same setups for the corner routes over here on the right, but you also have the post to hit, and it's really effective against zone. Will take a long time against man and might get you in trouble because of that, but it's definitely a great play to mix in against all your other zone beaters. What's rough about the Arizona playbook is that it has no I formation. It has no strong I, no weak I, no I form regular, Not very many single back formations either, and the ones they do have all have auto motion runs. So my point is they have no short yardage. That's okay. Because of that, now we're gonna have to force to pass it in there or go goal line. Obviously, every playbook has a goal line. One of the best pass plays I found for inside the 10-yard line is 5-1-8 hook. Now this is huge if you can master this play. And what I'll do is I'll come down here, big diamond. We'll go random play. Now what we have here is we have a flat route to bird, whatever, and we have a little slant out hitch to Fitzgerald, and we have a post to Isabella. Now in Mutt, this won't be Isabella and Bird and Fitz. It'll be Hopkins, Julio, Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, better receivers. But because it is, the post will give you a high ball in the back of the end zone, pretty much, right in front of the goal post. Flat route is a flat route. Tough to throw those down here. They're really just to pull zones out of the way. Now what this play art will do is most of the zones will follow A, and you can hit that slant hitch, throw it low ball and possession catch for big yardage, or not big yardage, important yardage down here to get closer and into the end zone. Now Kevin White over here, I normally like to just put on another hitch, just so there's someone else to throw to. I put more people in the zone, and then a lot of times I'll put my running back out like that because he'll take all the flat zones on the left, all the way to the left side of the field. So you have a flat route taking them from the right, and a flat route from the left, just spreading those flat zones out, leaving you more voids to hit. Now pretty much your reads are going to be RB, X, or B if they give you the high ball. A little bit of man coverage here. Let's hit in the flat. Boom. A little bit too slow to get to the running back. We're going to run the same thing. Boom. You see Larry Fitzgerald wide open right there. Low ball possession catch. Didn't quite get in the end zone, but he got the effect that we wanted there. Well, same thing. Let's try to hit Isabella on this post. Back of the end zone, high ball it, boom, touchdown. That's what the play is about. That's what makes it great, and that's what makes you able to be able to score inside the 5 with this play.